Morning floppers and floppettes, hope you're all okay. So just quickly, I contacted the book depository yet again. Nothing received yet again. And so I thought, well, if they're going to start to ignore me, I'm getting a refund because this is like, it's been weeks now, so it's ridiculous. So I hopped back to Amazon and it's gone down to £15. So I did order from Amazon in the end and it's coming tomorrow. But what I did was I read all the new reviews and it looks like it's not a fake. So I think when the Times put out that warning a couple of weeks ago about Amazon selling fake ones, I think really they should have put what sellers, because it seems like there are good sellers and they're these rip-off ones. So I think in future times, can you tell us what sellers to avoid? Because that would be very, very helpful. It would, I could have got the book by now, all this faffing around. And please don't order from the book depository. I read reviews on that and they're all bad. So I won't be making that mistake again. So the book will be coming tomorrow. The problem I've got now is normally if I read a book, I try and do it chapter by chapter, but I'm wondering whether I'm going to have the time. So what I might have to do is get to half a chapter and discuss it, but I don't want that to go on for too long. However, I do think there's some really important bits in it, so I think it will be worth spending a couple of maybe 1 or 2 weeks going over that if I only have time to do half a chapter at a time, because it's busy season, isn't it? But anyway, moving on to this. Now, sorry to go on about the briefcase women again, but I've just seen this and there's another thing I wanted to show you, which we'll hop over to in a minute. So if there's anyone who lives in California that knows for a fact how CPS work over there, then please watch this video. We'll get to that bit in a minute. But someone else who used to work on Deal or No Deal has now come out and condemned Mrs. Overseas for lying, basically. Now, to be honest with you, even with popular shows that do bring in a lot of money, I don't think they're going to bother having separate sections for hair, makeup, bras, and whatever Mrs. Overseas was claiming. When she said that they have different stations, that's it, stations. So, yeah, I can't see, I don't even think the where you go to dress up for films and stuff even do that. I think it's just all in one place, isn't it? And you have one person looking after you. I might be wrong, but it sounds to me like she's really, really exaggerated everything. And this woman has now come out and confirmed it. She said there was different stations, but this Patricia woman, it goes here. So Patricia Cara, 50, starred in the popular series for the entire 2005 to 2009 on-air run, appearing alongside Mrs. Overseas, 41, in all 34 of the episode. Oh, for goodness sake, this is Mail Online. Come on, Mail Online. You shouldn't be using their titles. They're threatening to sue you yet again, for crying out loud. Just call them what they are, Mr. and Mrs. Overseas. So episodes that Mrs. Overseas featured in between 06 and 07. Now, she has spoken out to set the record straight in light of Mrs. Overseas' recent comments, biting back at the things claims that the model on the show had to go undergo makeovers at different stations backstage, where she says they would have false lashes applied and even get their bras padded. During her podcast, which focused on the bimbo archetype, Mrs. Overseas had claimed there were different stations for having your lashes put on, your extensions, or the padding in your bra. Yeah, that just doesn't ring true anyway, does it? There was no bra station. What? Right. There was no bra station, Patricia insisted during Thursday night's Inside Edition. When asked whether Mrs. Overseas comments about being objectified and and made to feel like a bimbo were familiar, the former Deal or No Deal model said that she never had that kind of negative experience, noting that she walked away from the game show with nothing but positive memories, so much so that she even returned to the show as a briefcase girl for its reboot in 2018. Yeah, I agree with Whoopi Goldberg for a change. Whoopi do, I call her. No one on the show is interested in what the girls look like. Everyone on the show and watching the show are only interested in how much money the participants are going to make. No one looks at the girls and thinks bimbos or whores or anything like that, or what have you got in your bra. They're only focused on the money, aren't they? So it's bound to be crap anyway, coming from that imbecile's mouth. So not at all. It's unfortunate she felt that way, because in my experience, I never felt that way. She continued. Yeah, there is a picture down here actually, and then it just goes on about her podcast again. This one here. What's going on down this bit here? I mean, it's not even. I think I mean, the other girls look fine, but it's her dress sense. I think what she's trying to do now is trying to blame everybody else for her bad dress sense and the fact that she never buys clothes that fit her properly. And by the looks of it, not even padded bra dresses. So she's definitely done that all by herself, because the other girls, they know how to put the right bras on. They know how to dress themselves correctly. And I mean, that one doesn't look too bad, but it's just her body. It's just your body, Cruella. You've got a box-shaped body. Unfortunately, that's not your fault, but you don't dress appropriately in link with your body shape. You try to wear dresses that you could only dream of, really. You put these dresses on because you've seen them on like models' bodies, and models who have got good figures and a nice body frame, and you expect it to look like that on you, and it doesn't. So you just look ridiculous. It's like me trying to fit into a size 10 pair of jeans. Now I'm like morbidly obese. Crikey. But so that's that. So this lady has come out and basically debunked the story, which we knew was rubbish. But it's just like I said yesterday, she really is getting a beating over this. And I hope she's listening. I really hope she's listening, because she needs to hear the people who used to work for her expose her. She needs to hear it now. And there was another thing about a restaurant that, where some of these famous celebrities go and are rude to staff, they're now banned. So Cruella, when she goes to restaurants, she needs to be careful, because if she's rude to the staff, which I'm glad that there's professional, rich, if you like, companies that are doing really, really well, that are putting their staff first, because I always say, if there's no staff, there's never any business. So staff, in my opinion, always come first. And I'm glad to hear that these restaurants and other companies acknowledge that their staff are not slaves, are not there to be dictated to, are human beings trying to earn some money. So that's good. So the article, I can't find it now, was going on about Naomi Campbell. She's another nightmare customer at restaurants. They banned her. There was Cruella, when she was dating Mr. Overseas. Her assistant was the one that was acting like Cruella and dictating and demanding to this restaurant. And in the end, they just basically said, tough. So I'm glad that that companies are standing up for themselves, because if I had a celebrity come into my shop and be rude to my staff and dictate an order and expect everyone to be shunned away just so that they could have all the top or ground floor or whatever tables they wanted, I'd say, see you, out, get out. Who do you think you are? And I hope more people and more companies start to know their worth. You don't just because rich people come in and you need the money doesn't mean to say you have to tolerate being spoken down to and made to feel like shit. Don't do it. I'll quickly go on to the bit about the CPS. So I found this on Twitter. I don't know. I posted it yesterday, so I assume this is recent, but you just never know. It says here an aunt, so I take it that's this poster's auntie. An aunt who works in California for Children's Services has been out to their home 3 times and there are no children that are present. Every time her and her partner have gone out to their home, no toys, no clothes, no food for children. If you like to contact the CPS, basically, you'll find out for yourself. She has just called me back and they are opening up a case against Mr. and Mrs. Overseas. Interesting, but it could be made up at the end of the day, because I even if your family member worked for CPS and told that one of their close family members, because they wanted to, like in this case, because we all want to know about the children, don't we? So whether she's said and like forgot to tell her you cannot say anything, or she has and she's just got excited and said it anyway, it could be like that. It could be true and she wasn't supposed to say anything, but you just don't know, do you? So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this. So yeah, so that's it for now, guys. The book's coming tomorrow. I've already said that, haven't I? Sorry. And that's it, guys. Nothing interesting is going on unless you want to do a different topic, because there's lots going on with lots of other topics. Hint, hint. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching and have a great day.